Alright. I'm gonna do a high poly head. A lot of things in the description to check out. I've already got Racemenu export here. I'm gonna use what up, man? So make sure you're on the right screen. Yep. Load up the game. Get the preset in there. A COC somewhere. So if you want to take off any kind of armor, anything that makes Racemenu tweak a little. Open up Racemenu. I'm gonna go like that. And then I have to set my head part, so this is important. For high poly heads, now she uses high poly head. And you can see the color difference in the neck. I'll fix that. I'll show you how to fix that right now. Back to the top. Just jiggle the weight over a little. So the 50 weight. And I'm gonna load my preset. And what I want to do, since I already have the head, I'll just import the head. Is there a way to make lip color a lot better? Yep. Is not there. Lip color right here, and you can choose color, so you can mess around with these and you can make it solid if you want to. Doing that. Red. Doesn't really show up, I guess, huh? Well, yeah, it is. And you'll see it better in game. But to transparency, you can see the color difference changing there. See the color, right? Yeah. Alright, so as long as you have high poly head, probably switch it back because of whoops, because I imported headpiece. I want to make sure she's actually supposed to be. Yes. And it went back to vanilla face part. So even if you have a preset, you just load your preset. Right, Bri. I got you. Yeah, you can do it in the CK too. So it reverted it back to a vanilla head. So I'm gonna go and hit it with a high poly. And see, that's my preset now with a high poly head. And again, skin deformation there. I'll fix that right now. I don't know why her skin disappeared, but fine, I only need her head, right? But I do want to make her 50 weight. So and skin tone is going to be there. So I'll save this preset, overwrite that, and now it shows you on the left. See all your head pots. Now with high poly head, you also have to do the brow, because come on, you also got to do the brow, high poly as well. So you can see down here, I got the high poly brows, right? So those, right? There's no mouth part. Change the hair, but I got that certain hair color. Now with the hair color, you copy these numbers, take a screenshot, right? And that'll tell you your hair color in the CK. So you got to mix that up too. So now I'm gonna export it, and I'm just gonna name it Brittany HP here. And now that exports the head. So now I'm gonna name it because I wanna export the SPF file. Go SPF, type in the name of the MPC, and that's done. So now I can get out of here, and now I'll show you how to find assets for your head that you just exported. Those. So you can see here, got the new JSLOT file. I got the two models I need. So this is the Racemenu head, just exported. And as you can see, it's high poly. So we need to track down all this stuff now. Okay. So you need female human brows 11. And what I do is I make my own folders. So for meshes, already got the hair. And when you get them, put them in your folders. So now I'm gonna open up my mods, and I'm gonna track down the rest of the meshes here. So need the high poly head, high poly brows. So that's high poly here for Gale. We need the NIF, the try. I use the chargen and the races. That'll all get copied into head parts. Then we go back in and we'll find the brows. Brows there, that, and that. I'm gonna copy those, put those in there. Now if we're doing male, you could get the beard. And if you're using horns from the Argonians, it's all in there. So that's the head and the brows. Now we need the texture brows. It's going to use female brow 11, which is standard. So it's going to use game textures. That's fine. I know I use Eyes of Beauty, so this is going to point to Eyes of Beauty. But I don't want that. I want everything standalone. So I'm going to track these down. The textures for the brows. I'll do the brows and the head first. Skin's the only thing I'm going to leave as game textures. Okay. All the hairs and stuff are going to be what they are. So female brow 11. Let me think here. Vector. And here, there. Female brow 11. Oh, we don't want to put it there. We want to put it in texture. Eyes here. Brows. I'm gonna put the brows in the folder with the hair. I didn't want to do that. I want to copy it, so back. It'll use game normals. That's fine. Okay, so I got my brows. Where the hell do I have the I got the brows in here somewhere. Maybe not. That's fine. It'll use default vanilla. It's fine. Head part we found. Don't need textures from the head part. So the hair and the hairline. I've already got those here and there. And now, and I got the textures in the right folder. So I've also got the textures here. So once you put your meshes in your folder, you're going to want to open the NIF, and you're going to want to point the textures to your folder. You would go like this, you would locate your folder here, find your hair texture, your normal, save. I've already done it with that and the hairline now. Same thing, link your textures accordingly. So I've got the hair, and I've got the hairline. Mouth is vanilla, unless you're using a custom mouth, but mine's vanilla. So she has a hairline, a hair, and she has a scalp. So I need to find that scalp. And that's, I know where that is. That's in KS here. Meshes is in hairline, and that is that female human straight. So not male, obviously, not L's, it's this one. We need both of those in the hair folder, and they also use texture. So let's go back there, and it uses hairline 01 and hairline 01 normal. I'm gonna copy those into our texture folder for our hair. Boom. Now back to that scalp. We just want to link our textures now. The R folder instead of KS. So my folder, save. Done. Okay, and I'll show you how to do that. The kit. So I've got that. I've got this. So the eyes. So we're going to use female meshes. Vanilla meshes. But we're going to use textures from the Eyes of Beauty. And I also use an eye normal fix mod. Gives you a nice normal map for your eyes. So these are the textures that her eyes use, right? Minus a couple things. I'm doing kind of a custom eye kind of thing, so you'll see what I mean. Textures don't really matter when you're merging the heads. So that's all set. I got all the parts. I'm gonna close that. I'm gonna close this. And now that I've got everything into my folders, I'm gonna close that. And I'm gonna open a CK. I'm gonna move you there. Pop you guys over there. So we don't have a mod made yet. So I'm just gonna select my Skyrim Special Edition files as all the masters, nothing active. Tap OK. And I don't know who all's here, but I appreciate you if you came through, check me out. Everybody got their own way to do this, so maybe you missed something, maybe you didn't. So like the very first thing I'm gonna do is I am going to make a texture set for the eyes, seeing how I don't have to make a new part new head part for that. So, well, I do, but I can use the texture set rather than a new NIF. Why I didn't grab an iNIF and put it in the folder. Go to texture sets, and I'm just gonna find a general eye. Yep. Yeah, that's the fix. Yep. So this is gonna be jfresh underscore grit I X. Okay. And I'm just gonna point this to my Brittany eye textures. I'm gonna go to the normal map. And this goes to the environment mask, your cube map there, and then I also have a reflection map that I put on there for parallax, which usually works pretty decent. So the mod is called iNormalFix SSE, I believe. Why am I not seeing the fucking skin map on here? The skin map should be on here. Yeah, anywho, we're gonna hit OK, create a new form, and now I've got my eye texture set. So now I'm gonna go to head parts, and we have a bunch of different things we need to make. First off, head in the brows. So I'm just gonna find this female brows, and it uses the texture from 11. So I'm gonna leave this like this, but I'm just gonna slap my prefix. And put HP at the end, of course, for high poly. So it'll be all races minus the beast. I'm going to use that texture set, and now I want to link my high poly brows pieces here. So I'm going to put, so nothing can change this after. Brow try, and then you want the race morph brow right here, and then you want the charge in for the brow. Okay, and that's all set. Okay, create a new form, and at this point I'm gonna go ahead and save my plugin, and this is gonna be Brittany Bouget. Okay, I'm gonna save that. I can't see my chat right now. Yep. Yeah, if you need it, Bri, I got it. Kind of hard to find. I don't remember where I got it. I don't think I got it on Nexus. Not sure. Let me do my head now. So I always just use the Nord to copy. What's up, Lunar? How you doing? Because it doesn't put a texture set on it. You don't want a texture set on your shit. Just let it use vanilla. Unless you're using a custom texture set, of course. then you can definitely put make a texture set like I did for the eyes, and you can apply that to your head, either here or in the NIF. So now for my female head, I want to do the same thing, except here it says head parts Nord and Vampire. We're going to change that, and I'm going to put Nord parts Humans and Vampires. Okay, and then I'm going to point this to my high poly head. There's my high poly head. And now alright. Get the tries head there. Race morph for the head. Female head races. And the charge end for the head. Right there. Now we're all set. Humans and vampires can use this head rather than just Nord race, which will greatly improve your character creation. I don't know what race you made. I think I made her a Nord. I'm not fucking positive. But I am going to create a new form. Save again just for good measure. And now I need to do the hair part. 3 hair parts. We're going to do hairline, scalp, and hair. Okay. So first we've got right here. Got hair, female, Nord 01. Copy that. Okay, and I'm just gonna do like this. Put HP at the end. And JFresh at the front. We'll see that. And Control V it there. So again, head part human and vampires. Perfect. We can take the extra part out of this head, okay, because out of this hair rather. I'll show you how to fix that in a moment. I should probably do the hairline. I'll do the hairline first, okay, so I can show you how you do the extra parts. So we're gonna do the hairline now. So this will be this is a misc, isn't it? No, it's here. You leave it here. But with a hairline, you're gonna tick is extra part, and then you're gonna point it. You're gonna point it to your hair line. There, okay. And for the try, same thing. Hairline try. Okay. No texture set. You don't want the texture set there. I am gonna make the hair color. So I'm gonna hit OK, make a new form, and I'm gonna save. And now what I'll do is I'll show you how to first off make a hair color. Okay, so you do have all your hair colors. And what I want to do is I want to get that screenshot. And I'm using these numbers right here. Okay, 81, 24, 24. So I'm going to go in here. And I'm going to put Brit. I'm going to put JFresh at the other side, and it's going to be red. Label, and you want to just match those numbers. So your R value is 81. The green value is 24. And the blue is 24. There's my red hair color there. Okay. Yes, create a new form. Now, in order to get that pickable in the color lists, you have to go to form lists and look for hair color lists. Okay. These are all the color form hair colors. in the game. Keep that open. Back to your color form that you just created, and you drag and drop it into that list. Hit OK. Save. Now that'll allow you to use that hair color. When you're creating your character, rather. So, on the head part now, I'll just get rid of that for a second. That was the hairline. I'll go down here, and I'm gonna get my color I just made. There we go. Now we want to make another. Hairline. Okay, this one's gonna be scalp, and it's gonna be E. Okay, just like that, and it is a miscellaneous. I thought so. Humans and vampires. I'm going to put my color in there, and I'm going to point it to that scalp that I got, okay? Along with the try, same thing. There it is, playable, is extra part with the color. Humans and vampires, it's a miscellaneous. Okay, create a new form. I want to go back in here and fix this. Miscellaneous, extra part, all set. Now we'll make the hair. So, right here. That, I'm gonna put that there. Now we'll do the hair. So, again, we're gonna take that extra part out of there. Humans and vampires, the color, I'm gonna put my color in there, and down here, since this is the hair now, we're gonna add those extra parts that we just made, the hairline and the scalp. Okay, so that's gonna be attached to this hair. That's how you would make like earrings attached to a beard, or you know, add shit to faces and stuff like that, whatever. A bow in the hair, right? You position it, you export, do what you gotta do. Now let me point it to my hair. There, okay. And to the try. Here. Okay. So everything's all set. It's not gonna use texture sets. Hit OK. Make a new form. Save. Alright, so I've done the hair pieces. I have done the head parts. I did not make her an eye part, so I do have to copy an eye part, but I don't have to point it to a new mesh. I just have to apply the texture set. So with that, you do, I don't know, you know, female eyes, brown, doesn't really matter. I'm just going to put HP at the end so we know it's for this. And I'm going to Control C that. Go V it there. So head parts, humans only. The texture set, we simply point to my texture set that I made for the eyes, if you remember. We're not changing models, we're not changing tries, we're not changing anything else. But the texture set here, okay? And that'll be it. Texture set and the ID. So create a new form, save, okay? Now, the moment of truth, I'm gonna go start setting up the follower, right? So I'm gonna build her I forget who I'm gonna build her off of, but I do want to just grab an NPC and kind of build her off of her. So she's a trainer. No, we'll just build a new one then. Fuck it. Let's make a brandy new one, right? Underscore Brittany Bougie. And her name is Brittany Bougie. Brittany, essential and unique, and I'm just gonna hit OK, so it kind of saves itself in. This fucking guy, he says, yeah, hey. Traits, we're gonna make her ignored. Not using a custom skin tone or anything. If you remember, when I made her in Racemenu, I made her a 50 weight. Okay, so very important. Otherwise, you'll get crazy neck seams and such, right? 50 weight there. Regular height. Disposition on followers, I always jack it up to 65. It doesn't matter. That has to do with dialogue and shit. So I'm gonna make her a follower. I want to give her a follower voice, which you can find in the form list for voice types. You can see all of the available voices. I always use female, young, eager, right? See, here she is here so far. Stats we're not going to worry about right now. Doesn't really matter. I mean, you can do whatever you want, really. Do a witch blade, right? Cool. Factions for a follower. I'm going to add a couple. I'm going to add current follower faction. And then where it says rank, you're going to want to click on the 0, and you can either hit F2, get it open like that, or you can slow click it. So you click it and then click it again. And you just want to type in -1. And add another faction. It's going to be potential follower faction. And we'll leave that 0. Relationship, you need to make a relationship for her and the player. Otherwise, she won't follow you. So parent NPC is that. Is her. Your follower. Child NPC is player. I set it to ally if they're like a combat follower. You can have friend, doesn't matter. It all depends on how you're doing these things. You can also change that through script and dialogue and shit. You can have it jump up and down. No association type. We'll just hit OK on that, and I'm gonna hit OK and save. Good measure. Keywords. You can add. No, you don't have to make an editor ID. I always do. Actor type NPC, which will trigger ambushes and shit, caves and such. For followers, you want aggressive. For your AI data, you want aggression to be aggressive, otherwise they won't attack. Confidence can be whatever. Foolhardy, they'll just keep killing people and running after people. I leave it at average. Helps friends and allies, assistance. I'm going to give her a happy mood with a 60 energy. AI package. I'm just going to add a default sandbox, which will make her walk around wherever I drop her here in a minute. But just for the purposes of the tutorial, we'll leave it like that, okay? Alright, inventory. We don't want her to be fucking naked off the rip, so We'll give her a simple little outfit there. That'll work for now. Actually, it may not work, so let me find the clothing for the farmer. The tavern wench. There we go. Perfect. Okay. That's it. I'm just going to give her that. I'm going to take out the geared up weapons. Not going to give her any spells right now. Not relevant. Sounds you can leave alone. Animation stay. Character gen parts. Now, you can see she's using regular female head. I'm going to change that to high poly. And we want to give her the eyes I made. Give her the hair I made. And want to give her the brows I made. So even though she doesn't look like this, right? This is how you do it. This is all part of the merge. Right, the outfit can't be too powerful. It won't equip the armor you give her in her inventory. Absolutely right, brother. And I did SPF her out, so I'm gonna go up here to import. And what you want to do is go to your Skyrim game folder, and you're gonna locate the NPC file that was used to export. And if you do it right, it'll actually shape her face to what it really is. And now I just have to go kind of fix all this stuff again. I should have SPF'd her in before. But if you use the SPF option, that's exactly what she looked like in Racemenu. Okay, this is exactly what she should look like. Okay, well, not in Racemenu, rather. This is what she should look like. This is how I modeled her. And yes, that's how it's gonna come out. So, also the way I'm gonna make this particular mod, when you're installing, you're gonna have an option choosing between 3 heads. So you'll have the option to choose this one, or the Racemenu, or the merge head that I'm gonna make. Let's see. What are you gonna get the boys? Yeah. So see up here, it didn't give you the hair color option. It doesn't really matter because we put it on the hair head part that we made in the texture set. That's why it showed up actually perfectly. So up here you can just go up to default and make sure it stays default. You don't want to choose anything there. Otherwise it'll screw up. It'll look like shit. So there she is. Probably should have colored her brows a bit, huh? So again, with the lips here, you're gonna do a full mono solo 3 ESP choices. No, not 3 ESP choices. 3 head choices. So you could pick the shape of the head that you want to install when you're installing her. It'll come with 3 different heads that you can choose from. It's actually pretty dope the way it works. So we'll cancel that. So that's it. She's built all high poly pieces. Everything's good to go. I'm gonna hit save, and then I'm gonna highlight her. I'm gonna hit Control F4. Now this is gonna export the high poly head that I just built here in the CK, along with the hair part, high poly eyebrows, and the eyepiece. Okay. Now I'm gonna shut CK down. And I'm going to transfer you guys to my middle screen again here. And now what I'll do is I will show you. So this is not the one I want. This is the old one. That's the one I want. So that's the old one. I'll get rid of that. I'm going to copy this out. I just want to pop it there so you can see. You can see what's going on here. You should have compacted file form to make it. I'll do that after. I don't do that yet. It's not ready for that yet. And besides, I have a script for Xedit that does it automatic. I don't even have to open CK. So this is my exported head from Racemenu. Okay. You can see. Now this is the exported head from CK. Okay, and you can see the physical difference in the face. Okay, so in Racemenu, I sculpted a nice face, right? And that's the one I want. This is the one that come out the CK. So see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 nodes. Over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 nodes. Very important when you're merging heads. Sometimes shit won't transfer if you don't have the right number of nodes in both of them, okay? I'm going to close both of those down, and I'm going to take a copy. This is my creation kit exported head. And this is my Racemenu exported head. Okay, now I'm going to open up NIF Optimizer. I'm going to move those into that folder. And I am going to backport these two heads to LE. Head parts only. Nice. There's a way to use NIF merge with SSE NIFs. You have to edit the XML for the program, and it will work. But however, I do it this way. It's much easier than confusing people. So head parts only checked. You're gonna go back to LE, and it's gonna make these LE NIFs now. Okay. Okay, so we can close that out for a second here. We'll check out our NIFs, and that's normal. That's normal. Okay, all this is normal. See, normal. Okay. So now I want to open up NIF merge. All right. Now over here on the left side, you're gonna want your Racemenu head. Okay, and I like to widen this out so see what the hell's going on. On the right side, you want your creation kit head. You're gonna check merge child nodes, and then just check match by vertex. And what should happen is it should fill in most of them for you, right? So over here, I like to just make shit perfect. So this is gonna be your mouth. Female head's your face. That's your hair. Miscellaneous. That's a miscellaneous. Your eyes and your eyebrows. Over here, we're gonna do the same. Mouth. Gonna be your face. These are your eyes. This is a miscellaneous hairline. This is a miscellaneous hairline. This is hair. And these are eyebrows. And you want to all merge them all. The part that you want definitively is going to be over here. Okay, so we want all this shit. Regardless of what's over here, we want all this shit. So we want that head. So we want that head. Boom. Okay. Gotta make sure everything's right. Brittany hairline, scalp is the right. This usually gets screwed up when you do match by vertex. It never does this one right, so you have to change it back to the hair. Okay, because that's your hair part. This is your hairline, your hair scalp, your eyebrows, eyes, head, and mouth. You merge to target, and you can see they've been merged just fine. We can close that out, and if we open this now, this is my merged NIF, okay? This is my merged NIF. Okay, it carries the features from the Racemenu head with the skinny nose, but it also keeps all the naming correct like in CK. That's the trick. Now what you do is you just simply port these back over to SSE, let them all port back up, close that down. I don't need that anymore, and I don't need that anymore. You want to keep this one because this was your merged NIF. So this is the one that you want to, we're going to cut that out of here. And I'm making a new folder here. And this is going to be called merged head, okay? This is like my backup folder for my merged head. So I'm just going to drop that right there. So on here, now I want to fix my textures because as you can see, some things are not right. Okay, that's pointing to, well, yeah, that's fine. That's fine actually. That's vanilla. That's right. I forgot we did that for that. But the eyes, I don't think the eyes took. They didn't take there. But in the kit, we put her eye part to have texture set. So the texture set should overwrite what you're seeing here, okay? So now that's your merged NIF. So now I want to make another new folder, and I'm going to name this one CK Head, because this will contain the original, which is this. I'm going to cut that out of there, and I want to go put that in my CK Head folder, okay? Usually you would delete it, and you would take your merged head, and you would replace your CK exported NIF with your merged head. Okay? It's as simple as that. Now see here, you always have to fix this after a merge, okay? Because it's looking in the SKSE folder for your DDS file. That is your face tint. So you take your Racemenu exported face tint, and I'm just going to copy that, and I want to go find the CK exported face tint, which is there, and paste that alongside. So we're going to take the naming off here, right? Control C, and just delete that, and we're going to rename it to that number. And now, like I was saying, with your merged head now in your FaceGen folder, which is what I got open here, you can relink your texture now. So you have to point it to your FaceGen. Okay? And that's it. That's all you gotta do. File save. FaceGen's all set. Well, that's what it is, John. It's an update for NIF merge to use SE meshes. Something to have to do with editing the it's not the XML for this, it's actually the XML for NIF scope. So to be in your NIF scope XML, which is right here. So there is something you can edit in here that Itchy told me that you can use SSE meshes. So I'm sure it's something in here. I'll check it out later and I'll see if I can figure it out. If I can, I'll send you a copy of my XML. But that should be it now. So I've got the merged head where it needs to be. Right? It's all set. I have to go back in the game and drop her in somewhere. Right? CK rather. I gotta go back into CK and drop her in there somewhere. And I forgot to enable the mod, so that's that. I have to enable it. And check you guys out right there. Enable the mod. I want to run loot real quick. Sort my shit down. Okay. And now run the CK. I'll move you guys over there. While CK is loading, I'm going to run to the bathroom, grab another coffee. Yeah. So we're just going to load our plugin as our active plugin. And there we go. I'll be right back. Give me a sec, guys. Alright guys, I'm back. Yeah, so that had to be the quickest high poly head follower I've ever done myself. Even sorry, I had a text. Yeah, so that was like super quick. So I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna find her. I want to put her somewhere. And you guessed it. She's going into Riverwood, guys. I'm gonna put her inside the sleeping giant. My little test corner here. I think this is everybody's little test corner. And if you noticed, her head is damn near perfect. Okay, in CK it's not going to show the changes. In the game it'll show your Racemenu merged head. And as long as you have SSE fixes, okay, let me show you that real quickly. Because SSE fixes comes with creation kit fixes. Creation kit fixes comes with Skyrim 64 test INI. Okay, which there's a setting here. It's DisableAutoFaceGen. It prevents FaceGen data from being created on plugin save, which means every time you tick save, Creation Kit re-exports your head FaceGen. Okay, so you don't have CK fixes. Every time you save, it's gonna fuck up your merge. Okay, so just make sure you're good. We're gonna save. I'm gonna close down the kit. I'm gonna move you guys over there. We're gonna go to the middle screen, and now I'm gonna jump in game for a quick test. I'll run up to her, check out her face. She should have the skinny nose. She shouldn't look like the CK exported head that I just showed you in CK. She should look like my Racemenu head, skinny nose. I always thought that motherfucker looked just like Kratos, just a fucking meme. Run over to the sleeping giant. How's the game look on stream? Is it a little laggy? Probably a little laggy, I'm sure. I don't know if I'm losing any bars right now, but yep, there she is. So as you can see, guys, nice skinny nose, Racemenu head. Skin tone's all fine. She got the nice red lips. I'm gonna go ahead and hit her with some face light, right? There's the oh bitch, stop moving. Fuck you doing? There it is, right? While I'm in game real quick, I wanna grab a screenshot. No, that's not Mighty Fresh Skyrim. I don't have it installed. I just have shit made installed to make mods. Once I do my playthrough, bro, I got you. I got tons of shit ready. So there it is. Merged head. I'm just gonna quit out of the game, and that's it. I don't think there's too much more to that. You could take it a step further if you wanted to. the way I do things, like I was saying, I'm going to have 3 different heads that you can choose from. I'm going to have 3 different heads that you can choose from. And if I can find it, right there. Okay, so there's a mod on Shock and Sight, BYO NPC, Puella, and what you can do is you can download that mod and watch the video, or you can simply import your merged head, right? So you take your merged head, you're going to import your merged head here. Don't worry about hair color, that's fine. You're going to notice that your eyes, mouth, and brows are super low. So you want to just take those and you want to move them into position. 120, I believe, 120.356. And on the Y, I believe. I want to get a better look at her face. Now, zoom on real close and just make sure I got shit lined up. Make sure I get shit lined up correctly. You can usually tell once the eye you can use the right there. You can tell because the eyelash just started touching the bottom of the eye like that. Done. Now you could go up and down if you wanted to, if you felt like it's too high or too low. I feel like that's pretty damn good right there, so there you have that. Hey, fuck that guy, man. He's a pain in the ass, I'll tell you that. Okay, so now if you wanted to, you could take your smoothing tool and you can fucking smooth the shit out of this head. You know, you can go in and do some smoothing rather than doing it in Racemenu, right? Smooth the chin, get rid of some of them points. Tips of the nose is usually pretty good to do, and the bridge. Try to stay away from the lips, because anytime you do the lips, they tend to open up a bit, and it kind of starts looking like shit, so. I think he's fucking with you, John. I really think he is. I don't know, maybe somebody paid him to go fuck with you or something. I'm really starting to think that now. Kind of ridiculous, but whenever you're editing a head in Body Slide, you want to be sure not to fuck with the next seam, okay? So now, like I said, if I wanted to, I have the means to import OSDs for stuff, okay? Because I have these mods. And what this is just going to give me sliders, but it won't import the sliders because I don't have the right names set out. So, like I said though, you can come in here and you can, so I don't know, say I wanted to puff up that upper lip, right? You do that. You could puff the upper lip out using the pencils. Okay. You can do that. You could puff this out, right? For a fat lip at the bottom, like a pout. If you feel like her nose is too pointy, you can puff that in a little. Right, so you can make it yours. We're going to jack this up just a bit. Somewhere over here, and I'm just going to push her cheeks in just a bit there. Jawline. Right, so there we go. And you could play with it. You can smooth it. I really just use it for smoothing. Smoothing's the best. Raxy, what's good, buddy? And then all you want to do here is, now if you wanted to save this as a project, so you can come in, edit it again, and build a head. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to find my folder here, okay? With this, I'm going to go save project as, and this is just going to be Brit head, okay? Output file name. First off, it's going to be a single weight because it's a head. This is your output file name. Okay, Control C. Over here, Control V. Okay, your output file path is here. So you want this all the way to meshes, and you want to just drop that right there. KSSMP, that's a whole nother thing, bro. That's a 3DS thing, to add physics to meshes. Totally different. You can use a KS here. Yeah, that's it's tough. So I'm gonna go like this. I want to take that, put that there. The shape data folder that I'm gonna use to save my Caliente shit in, I'm gonna name it this, and it's gonna be it's gonna be that, and do that. So what's gonna happen is save this project now. Okay, saved. Okay, unload it, and then what I'll do is I'll load that same exact project back up here. Okay, first Brit head. There it is. Okay, with all your stuff there. So now that's all set, right? Now I'll show you how you can actually, build that head right into your FaceGen folder. Okay, how I just set it up is how it's going to work. Okay, with heads, first off, we're going to find the Brit head. if I can find it here. Okay, JFresh Brit head. Keep the sliders at 0. There's no sliders anyway. And you want to uncheck build morphs. You don't want that, okay? Now if you see here, we get the head in here. Okay. So now uncheck to build morphs, and you're just going to tap build. And that's going to build this body slid merged head into your folder. Right to where it's supposed to be in your meshes folder, okay? And this is what we just did inside of, and that's fine, don't worry about it. That's that. So that's just a little thing of how you can build your heads afterwards. You can play around with them in Body Slide Outfit Studio and such. I may not even deal with that here, because I'm just gonna end up doing an outfit for her and shit. Holy shit, you've been helping him a lot. Yeah, you don't say, dude. I really think he's trolling you, John. Not for nothing. But I'm not going to keep the head stuff I just did there. And the head that we've smoothed out and shit, I'm not going to keep that either. So I'm going to go ahead and take my merged head again. Again, this has a corrected FaceGen path. No, it doesn't. See that? So you want to make sure that stays like that always. I copy that out and put it in where it goes. And that's it. Let me go to Steam. I'm going to take this picture out of here and I'm going to slap it. You guys watching CK? No, okay. I'll put it in my FOMOD folder now. Okay, so I've got my CK exported head. I have my merged head. And the Racemenu head, it can't be used as is, okay? So the merged head basically is the Racemenu head, and your CK head obviously is your CK head, okay? So like I was saying, the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to give you, you're going to have the option. I want to just make sure my face tint is connected correctly here. It should be, because of through CK, yes. Okay. Give me a sec, I got some messages. Yes. That was easy. Sip of coffee. Beautiful. Okay, so right now there is no mesh inside my FaceGen folder. Okay, but I have my merged head and my CK head here. This don't really have to be here, but I'm gonna include it in the mod. So with the textures, FaceGen tint is the Racemenu tint, renamed to the CK number. I didn't ESP it. I didn't ESP it. Son of a bitch. I mean, I didn't ESL it, rather. Okay, so let me do that. Let me ESL, and I'll show you how to do that. So you would put your CK head back into your FaceGen folder. What the fuck, John? And then we want to run SSE edit. So they make themselves. I'm gonna activate my mod here. And I have a certain script for Xedit that will ESLify follower. Handles your FaceGens. Automatically convert plugin followers to ESPFE. Okay. I hit OK. And that goes right through. And it does everything for you. Okay, it converted the FaceGen data. It processes all your face files. Everything. It does everything you need it to do for you. And it took 2 seconds. So it compacted the form IDs, added the flag. We go over here, it's added the flag. It's compacted everything down. It's going to close out. And I'm going to hit save as I'm doing it. And now it's given us a new NIF number. So this is what we needed, okay? We just needed this number. And we're going to control C that number. And I'm going to go here. And I'm going to replace the number on the merged head. And replace the number on the CK head, okay? I'm going to get Caliente tool. We don't need that right now. And now it's ESLified, which you can see here. Okay, ESPFE plus, flagged as an ESL. It's all set. Now that I've renamed that stuff, I'm pretty sure I need to rename the texture. It already did the texture, perfect. And now you just need to relink that face texture now that it's got a new name, okay? Otherwise it won't work. My head right there. Okay, so it's gonna have a different number. We're gonna plug in the new one. Save. That's that. That's the merged head. Now I want to go to my CK head. And if you have your shit inside your FaceGen folder, it'll handle it for you. You don't have to do any of this pathing. It's because I didn't have it in there. You can. I mean, I'm literally doing it. I just did way too much, actually. It's all good. Right now, I'm full modding. So, now that everything's in the folder, I got my textures. So if I wanted to make this all packed out nice, right? what I could do is I could actually BSA this stuff, delete that. I don't need it right there right now. BSA as much stuff as I can, so I'm going to just grab all my main folders here in my ESP, and I have a packing tool here that I use. Put everything in my data folder there. Right click on this and I run it with the PowerShell, and it goes ahead and it does what it has to do. I'm going to pack my textures. It's going to pack my meshes into BSAs in this folder now. I don't need any of these miscellaneous files here. And I want to just take this name, Control C, and just like any other mod, I want to rename my BSAs match. So I'm going to put those back in my folder here. Rid of those. Close that. Okay, now I'm going to make another new folder in here and call it BSA. And I'm going to take these BSAs and I'm going to put them in there. So I can actually, I can delete this now. Well, I still want the folder path. I want the folder path to here. I'll leave the two folders for now, but I'm not going to use them in my phone mod, and I'll show you how, why and how, rather. So now I load my full mod maker, and I want to point it to my overwrite folder where I'm working out of. Well, that's because there's not one, jackass. So that usually does that to you. We'll just do that, okay? And this is gonna be right. That no more. 2.0. She's gonna be an NPC. And now I will choose my header image here. Okay, and I'll just do a little bit of that. You hit proceed. Yeah, it won't read mod BSAs because you'd have to add them into your, show you quickly. So your CKINI, right? It tells you what archives can load here. So these are the BSAs that it's going to load, which are all your Skyrim BSAs. So if you wanted to load crazy BSAs like this one, if I wanted to load this one, I would just take this name and put it in there. Like, you know, down here is archive list 2. You just go to the end, do a comma, and slap it in there and save, and then it'll do that. Otherwise, you can unpack the BSAs through MO2 when you're installing mods. That's usually what I do if I know I'm going to use them. So my first page of my full mod is going to be step 1. Obviously, let me call it the intro. And the options are a little weird, but select exactly one is going to let you select exactly one option, right? Select any is going to let you select as many as you want. Even this BSA is in MO2 folder and not in Skyrim original folder. Yeah, it'll still load right out of MO2 folders if you put it in the INI like I showed you, the name of the BSA. Select that. Most one will give you options. If you have 5 options, it'll only let you select one. Select at least one. Say if you have 3 options, you have to select at least one to move forward. Select all is gonna make you select them all. So I'm just gonna leave this at exactly 1 for now. And I'm just gonna slap like a preview picture in here, which would be that there. And this step isn't going to install anything. I'll make a new step and I'll name that install. And this will be select exactly 1 again. And this will be plugin files. Okay, and this will install Brittany. She can be found at the Sleeping Giant Inn and none other than Riverwood, right? Oh, you lowered the boom on them? That sucks, dude. Smash. Alright, so now the way I'm going to do this is to install your files for FOMod. We want to add a file. Okay. First thing we want to install, obviously, is the ESP. And that is going to go from the data folder to the data folder. Now we want to add another file, which is both of these BSAs. Okay, and those BSAs are going from the BSA folder where they are, but they're not going to be put into a BSA folder in the data folder. So you want to slow double click that, and you want to just remove the extra bullshit there. So they'll go from where they are to where they're supposed to be, and that's how you set up folders for FOMods, okay? So that'll do that. That'll install the BSA for the meshes and the textures and the ESP. Now the next step is going to be the fun one. This is going to be head options. This is going to be head options, and this is going to be select exactly 1, because you don't want to be able to select any others. So we're going to go here and we're going to go head 1 CK, and I'll add that like that, and then I'll go head 2 Racemenu merge. Okay, so this will install CK head. Okay, and I want to just put a little picture there again. We'll put that. And the way I want to do it is I want to grab the, here we go with the so I want this file, right? But it's not getting installed to there. So the path is here. We want this path. And I'm going to Control C that. And I want to just put that path right there. And now that'll install where it needs to be. And I'm actually going to Control C that entire path. Okay. And now we can do the other one for the merged head. And we're just going to put that same file path there. So depending on which one you pick, it'll install to the correct place. So this will, oh, not will. This will install merged head. Okay, so you can see the CK head's pulling from that folder, and it's going to put it there. Racemenu is going to pull it there and put it there, right?
I need to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
My shoes.
So, new step here, step 4. It's going to be the outro. Select exactly 1. And we're going to hit thanks. And credit goes to all of you for watching. I appreciate you guys. And nothing's going to get installed on this step. You don't need anything to be installed. What you could do is you could secretly remove the ESP from getting installed on step 2, and you could make it get installed on step 4 if you wanted to, just to be fun. There's no required installations for this mod other than SSE. So there's no anything else we gotta do really. I'm just gonna save the full mod. That's all set. And now what I'll do is I'm gonna pack that up with everything that I need here. I don't need the meshes and textures folders, remember. And we're just gonna add this to an archive. And I wanna name it Brittany Bouget. Okay. And now what I'll do is I'll show you that when it installs, so there's your full mod, preview on the first step. Step 2, plugin files. This will install Brittany. She can be found at the Sleeping Giant. And this is your head options. It's only going to let you select one. So for shits and giggles, I will choose the CK head. And I'm just going to let that install. See, now this mod contains one BSA. Do you want to unpack it? With this mod, you can and you don't have to. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to hit no. And then what I'll do is I will open that in Explorer. And this will show you, it gave you your textures. It gave you your meshes BSA. That has all your loose head parts and shit in there. And then it also installed the CK head right where it needs to be. Okay, and that's the CK head, as you know. Now what I'll do is I'll do it the other way, remove that mod, and I'm gonna install it with the other head. We'll do the Racemenu merge, no unpacking. Open that in the Explorer. I'll show you, this is the Racemenu merged head now, as you can tell, right? So that's how you do full modding, like advanced, crazy ass full modding. What did I name the zip folder? Because I find it frustrating when ESP and zip doesn't have the same name and it's hard to find. I always name my zip the same as my ESP. Always. Hey Owl, how you doing? So that's lots of background noise. It's not just you. My house is always loaded, bro. Ton of people here right now. Oh, that's him, huh? All right, so Owl, I literally just
you want a brownie?
did what?
Brownie.
What the fuck is that?
A brownie.
Oh, get away from me! Fucking brownies. A fucking brownie.
Yes, it is brownie.
It's not funny. Anyway, so that's that. Now, if I wanted to, you could include the. Let me delete that now. I'll redo the full mod. And this time, I'm gonna open my folder.
The brownies. Want a brownie?
Right or left?
Why is this thing on the floor?
I'll put a new step. It's gonna be step 4.5.
You have to read all the directions, Ed.
This is gonna be SKSE preset original. Okay.
All of the directions.
So
Okay.
What?
I'm gonna do that.
Read all of the directions.
We can put a little picture in there, and then add folder this time. And we're just gonna select that SKSE folder. Okay, and that's fine. That's gonna go from SKSE to SKSE. That's fine. You don't want to pack that into a BSA. It's not necessary. But
3 smiley faces. Write your last name. Write the date at the bottom of this paper. Count to 5 out loud.
okay.
Back of the back to.
And you want it to be optional, so
10 times in.
it can be select any.
Now that you
So over here,
the direct
we're gonna go to select any because it's an optional thing. You don't want it to be automatically checked because it's not needed.
write your name
It's an optional step. And we're gonna move that left. And we're gonna rename it 3.5 because I'm a jackass.
brownies.
But you can give them a bunch of options. So you can say, do you want the original preset? What else is in there? What else is in there? You can do. You can leave the loose file folders in there, right? And then you can do something like this. You can say, do you want loose files? And then you can put those 2 folders in there. And you can make it optional with the any. So I'm gonna save that full mod again, repack it, reinstall, and show you how that just worked. And now we need this. We need all this stuff. Okay, and this is gonna go into an archive.
Oh yeah. What are you doing? It's not to do these.
And then I'm just gonna install.
Not to do them.
Okay, so there's a preview,
Listening to
the
it.
plugin files. We'll do the race menu head this time. And now see, it gives you the options. So you can pick both of them, you can pick none of them.
Directions.
Um,
Problem to
So if I wanted the SKSE shit, I would do that. If I also wanted them loose folders, I would do that.
write your name.
I'm just going to select that, and we'll let that go through. We won't unpack. And I'll show you that. It did give me my SKSE folder there. And everything is correct. It didn't put the loose folders like I didn't want it to. It made the message folder only because of the facegen. I don't recommend packing facegens into BSAs. Some people do. I don't. You can, but it doesn't matter, I guess. This one here should be pretty well too. If you watch back this stream and it doesn't help you, I don't know what to tell you, because I did it word for word. Every piece I told you how to do the hair, eyes, brows, high poly heads, everything. Every file, everything. This started off, it was just a preset. So And then once your plugin's all set, you can go ahead and you can delete all your crap now. And that's it. John, I swear. I swear. Oops. I didn't want to do that. Started Skyrim. I didn't want to do that. Damn it. Okay, so Q&A. Let's see what we got here. How to export from Racemenu and game rate. I didn't see beginning yet. Yes. Fully, everything you need to know. Very first thing I did was... Absolutely, John. Very first thing I did was I opened Racemenu in game. Yeah. I opened Racemenu in game. Immediately switched my head part to high poly head, along with the brows, of course. Yes, I did the SPC. Very important. That gives you your skin tones, your head shape as well. So when you import that NPC file into CK, you'll see your head shape change. You'll see it. You'll see the difference. It'll actually take the shape that it needs to be. So that is that. So I did everything right down bare knuckles, everything from the top. All the mods that you're gonna need pretty much are in the description. All the programs you're gonna need are in the description. I did everything. Yes, Owl. Tap is John, and I am Josh. And Lunar, your NPC file gets saved no matter what you're using, even if you're using MO2. It always gets saved into your Skyrim folder alongside the EXEs. You can see mine's here. It always will get saved into there. Right? Anyway. Let me go through here and let me check everything, make sure we're good. Yeah, this is a great reference video, and I'm actually going to end it so I don't overdo it. I'm going to probably clip this up. I'm going to clip this up and make a nice video out of it. If you guys found this tutorial helpful at all, make sure to slap a like, leave a comment down below later on. I appreciate you guys, and I will talk to you all very soon. Thank you for coming through. You missed the entire stream, Owl. But it's a good stream. I suggest you go back and watch it. Thanks for coming by, John, Brian, Owl, Lunar, of course. Who else we got here? We got the Rax and Nate. I know he came through. Raxy, my guy. Appreciate you all. That is it. I am going to try to have a great weekend, Luna. Thank you, bro. I got a little bit of shit to do tomorrow, but we're good. Probably stream later on a little bit. I'm going to work on the world space a little bit, clear my head. I want to start doing outfits for some of them, and I got some things I want to incorporate into it. I have a few outfit mods that I've made in the past I want to put into the world space. And I want to talk to John about an idea that I had, actually. So Thanks, guys. I appreciate you, and I will see all of you very soon. Stay safe. Any questions, hit me up in the Discord. You know, I'll try to help out the best I can. And if it helped you again, just make sure to slap that like. Go check out all the new mods on the site, guys. Thanks to Brian here, we've got Real Unlimited Training. I should say Brian and John. The Real Unlimited Training on the Shocking mods. It's a free non-guild mod. You can check that out. And I just posted an Orion outfit the other day. That's a guild mod, so you'll have to join for that. Do appreciate you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.